Good evening and Happy New Year. Chris Chandler here along with Fredo Morales live from the Brookabo Gymnasium as we're about 9.5 minutes away from the tip-off of the Phase 1 of the Little River Rivalry, Brookabo versus Idabel, and it is always exciting, and anything can happen when these two teams face each other, these two schools face each other in any sport, in any competition. Basketball, no exception. Lady Savage is going to tip off first, and they come into this game as a favorite, but again, it is Brookabo Idabel. Anything can happen. I want to thank all of our media partners and our sponsors, so we're going to have a word from them. And a shout out to Washburn's Home Furnishings here at Brookabo, a new sponsor for the basketball season this year. So thanks to all of them, and if you see them, thank them. Thank them for the sponsoring Brookabo Athletics and allowing you to watch these games, these live streams from the comfort of your home, the convenience of your phone. We'll have some words from them and then be right back with the tip-off of the Brookabo Lady Savages taking on the Idabel Lady Warriors. See ya in about 5 minutes.
Hey Southeast Oklahoma, have you been to Washburn's in Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburn's, family owned since 1939.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today. Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most, with help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
I have found that the music that felt most important to me was a sense of being Choctaw. And I found that music that was coming out of that place felt more true to who I was. And interestingly, it felt to me that it also made more of an impact on other people.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
And again, thanks to those media partners. Sorry, we had a bit of a, I think we went off the air for about a minute and a half there. Had an electrical failure, but back on now. Again, as you see the Lady Savages warming up. You can toss the records and favorites out the window when these two teams match, or these two schools face each other in any competition. And again, Lady Savages would come in to favorite on paper, but this is a Lady Warrior team. Upset them last year. They traded victories, and it was the Lady Warriors that got the first victory last year at their place. And so Lady Savages looking to make it a clean sweep this year. Lady Warriors like to play the spoiler, and looks like we're about to have the national anthem. So we'll turn it over to our great PA announcer, Jerry Falling, for that, and be back with the tip-off.
Check, check, check. There we are. We are ready. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome the Idabel Lady Warriors this side of the river. At this time, would you please stand as Broken Bow student Allison Sundberg honors America, our veterans, and our first responders with the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare on bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
A well-deserved round of applause for the songbird, Sunbird. That'd be a good name for her, Songbird. That's just a beautiful voice. Again, a multi-year member, I think 4-year member of the All-State Honor Choir, and now a member of the Southwestern All-State Choir. And you could hear why that
All right, ladies and gentlemen, starting lineup for the
beautiful rendition of one of the hardest songs in the world to sing. Lady Warriors, as the visitors, will be announced first. Their starting lineup, and come with a big contingent, as always. 10 miles in the river separate these towns and schools, and so we usually treat these away games as another home game.
Number 25, Isla Green. And forward, number 33, Katie McClure. And forward, number 20, Quintasia Johnson.
And there's the one to watch, Quintasia Johnson, number 20, the senior leader of that Lady Warrior team. Able to shoot from outside and drive into the paint, but in the paint there's going to be a lot of challenges as Lady Savage is going to have Tyson Woolsey in there as a dominant force. There's Smith, great shooter from outside, and there's the dominant paint player Woolsey Jr. Jalen Cawthorn, also, of course, a member of that state champion team as a freshman for Idabel, facing her former teammates. And there's Hightower and Rogers. Hightower and Rogers, the only seniors on this team. Looking to add another W in the column. Lady Savages a big victory at McAllister last night. One going away against the Lady Buffaloes. I believe the final was, I think it was 54-19. And Brooklyn pulled out the starters early in that game. I'd like to see some runaway scoring tonight. This Lady Savage, keep in mind, this is a team that put up 37 points in one period earlier this season, and so able to score at will, depending on both their performance and their opponent. And there you see Woolsey facing up in the middle. Woolsey easily hits it. Well, it looked like she hit the ball, but it goes to the Lady Warriors. They'll start off with possession. Outside, working around Bach Crane. Again, you see Cawthorn lined up against Johnson in there at the, and that's, gets a steal, almost gets a steal as the pass was intended for Johnson. Cawthorn broke on the ball, got a hand on it, but it was knocked out of bounds. Will be inbounded by the Lady Warriors. Working top of the key against Hightower. Hightower right in there. Lady Savage is relentless on defense and kind of an in-your-face pressure, and it results in a tie ball as Smith grabs a hold of it. Possession arrow in favor of Broken Bow. A turnover forced by that aggressive defense. Lady Savages will be able to inbound the ball. Still scoreless, 7:09 left, first period. As down inside under the, looks like their Lady Warriors going to return the favor. Tie ball the other end as they got it into Woolsey under the basket. Maybe a little too far under the basket. Might have been directly under the backboard, but doesn't matter as there was no shot. Ball tied up by Lady Warriors. Half-court pressure. They get it across and goes out of bounds off of Idabel. That's a turnover forced by the half-court pressure for Broken Bow. Lady Savage's defense getting the ball back for them out on the corner, and here's a pull-up by Cawthorn, and that's going to go errantly too short. Rebound Idabel. Cawthorn with pressure in the backcourt. Now it's a double team, and they get it across into the forecourt. Pass intended under the basket, but thrown a little long, goes out of bounds, and so will be Lady Savage basketball. Still scoreless, however. Lady Savage, both teams playing good defense, not giving up much in way of shots. Oh, nice pass inside Woolsey. Woolsey gets it back out to Rogers, then to Cawthorn. Cawthorn to Rogers. Rogers dribbles, throws it across to Smith. Smith in the paint, gets it to Woolsey. Woolsey, one dribble, turnaround. Picks up outside, shot on the way, off the glass, and rebounded by Johnson. Idabel basketball. More half-court pressure from Broken Bow as they get it out to Clarity on the corner. On that ball stripped and stolen knocked out of bounds by the Lady Warriors. McClure. Actually, I believe it was knocked out of bounds. Savage. McClure got shoved the ball off one of the Broken Bow players, and so maintains possession for the Lady Warriors. Bounce shot, three-pointer on the way. Bounces out, rebound, Broken Bow, stripped, and then stripped, soloed back. Watch out. Here comes Cawthron on the move, lays it up. Go, unkind bounce. Tie ball on the rebound. Possession arrow in favor of Broken Bow. They will inbound. Still scoreless, 5:34 left in the first period. Woolsey, corner, now Woolsey in the paint. One-hander up and off the glass, no good. Rebound to Idabel inside. Very low-scoring game for these two teams, especially. And credit to the defense. Ball bounces off a Lady Warrior, and then there's a mad dash for it. Goes down to the floor, and Genesis Smith comes up with it. Tie ball, though. Possession arrow in favor of Idabel. They will inbound. They probably may try to get one off the inbound, get it into Johnson. She is well covered by the Lady Savages, and so top of the key. Out to Johnson. Johnson pulls up, three-pointer on the way over, and that one goes actually into the hand of a teammate. Then it's stripped by Smith into the hands of Cawthron. Cawthron dribbling past two Warriors. Cawthron in the paint across to the far corner. Gets it out to Rogers, to Hightower. Hightower for three. Hightower buries it. Audrey Hightower with a three to open up the scoring. And wow, less than 5 minutes left to play. But now it's Johnson in the paint. Feeds it to teammate, bounces off the hands, a save. Oh, nice save by Rogers as she went out and one-handed it to Woolsey. Good effort by the senior, and now it's Hightower to Rogers. Rogers for three. That bounces out, no good. Fight for the rebound, and comes off of, I believe, off of Cawthron. Let's see if the call, nope, off of one of the Lady Warriors, so will be inbounded by Cawthron. Lady Savages 3-0. 4:17 left first period. And what has been a tight game. Very defensive game so far. Out, Rogers, top of the key. Picks up a defender, and now it's Smith in. Woolsey, one bounce. Oh, nice feed from Woolsey to Cawthron. Give Jalen Cawthron a bucket and Woolsey an assist. Beautiful one-touch pass. Lady Savages up 5-0. Here's a strip and lay in by Cawthron. Cawthron feeling it. After a long drought to start off the game, Cawthron with two buckets back-to-back in about 10 seconds. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. You're watching Broken Bow Lady Savage basketball on the Broken Bow YouTube channel.
As Choctaw people, our past doesn't define us.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Well, Savage Band, Spirit Band in here, but sounds like the entire band is, it is loud. It is rocking in this gymnasium, as it usually is when these two teams face each other. Yeah, pretty good defensive effort, and I have to hand it to the Lady Warriors as they have held off that offensive attack from Broken Bow for the first half of the first period. But now Lady Savage is starting to get hot following a tray by Hightower. It's two straight buckets by Jalen Cawthron, including one off a steal. Lady Savage is up 7-0. That's a good football score. And so Lady Warriors call timeout, try to regroup and see what happens. Lady Savage is playing at the half-court line, not in the full press. So Lady Warriors bringing it up to the Savage head, and now they'll draw some opposition. That ball was hit by Cawthron, recovered by Idabel. I believe that was inbound, and shot is missed, but picked up by Johnson. Johnson's finger roll no good, and there's a block. I think a block inside. Well, that's going to be Rogers, and she's going to pick up a foul. That will send Idabel to the free throw line. Katie Rogers got in there and looked like had her hands straight up, but did move, so didn't maintain a position and committed the foul. That's going to put Idabel at the free throw line to try to get the 0 off the board, and they do. First shot is good. Second free throw on the way. Second one is not good, and that's a 5 for the rebound. Tip to Woolsey by Smith. Smith brings it up. Quickly out to Rogers. Rogers down in the corner. Hightower back to Rogers. One touch and almost stolen by the Lady Warriors. In fact, was stolen by Idabel. And stolen back by Hightower. Bounce pass. Cawthron. Cawthron with the lay-in, and it's good. Nice combo between Hightower and Cawthron results in a steal and another 2-point bucket. 9-1 is your score. 3 minutes left in this first period. Broken Bow with the advantage. Lady Savages tied up. I believe that's a tie ball over there. It could be a foul. Let's see what's called. There was a Lady Ward. It is a foul. That's going to be on Hightower, her first. Fact, that's well, it's a second foul. That's right, because Rogers had that shooting foul earlier. Lady Warriors yet to foul in this ball game. High arching pass, inbound, bounce pass, top of the key, and then kicked out to Johnson. 3, and that is good. Oh, sorry, that was Hunt. Derica Hunt with a tray. First field goal for Idabel. 9-4 is your score, and Lady Warriors now on a mini run as they get possession of the ball. Now they're going to get it across into the forecourt quickly to McClure. McClure has it stripped, and then McClure goes out of bounds with it. That's going to be out of McClure. Will be Lady Savage basketball. Good defense by Rogers and Hightower. Neither team is in the press or in the full court press yet in this game. That may change as we go down the stretch, but again, both these teams have fast break capability, and so probably want to get back on defense. Here's a three-pointer from Hightower off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound, Idabel. And now it's a little press in the backcourt. They're being stalked by Cawthron. Quickly, Hunt shot, and that was blocked. I believe that might have been Woolsey got a hand on it. Knocked that out of bounds. Will be inbounded by Idabel. Looking, doesn't see much. Now gets it in. One, oh, wow. Great defensive play by Woolsey. Count that as another block, and that results in a turnover. Here comes Cawthron. Long pass. Hightower under the bucket. Easy lay-in. So it's Cawthron with the steal and the pass and the assist, and Hightower with the bucket. They have traded assist and score on the last two possessions. Here's a long, oh, nice pass in. That's going to be the second foul on Katie Rogers, as the Warriors got it to, I believe that was Hunt under the bucket, or Johnson under the bucket. And so it's going to send the Lady Warriors to the free throw line. They sink another one. 2 for 3 from the charity stripe thus far for Idabel. 1:41 left, first period. Second shot on the way, hits the bracket and bounces out. It's a scramble for it, winds up in the hands of Idabel. So they get a free throw and a possession. Out all the way at the Savage head. Now picks up a defender. Ball's knocked loose and goes out of bounds. I believe that's going to be off of Hightower. Let's see. Nope. Yeah, timeout call, as they want to talk things over. Timeout on the floor. We will take one as well and be back in 15 seconds. You're watching Broken Bow Lady Savage basketball on the Broken Bow YouTube channel. See you in a moment.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Welcome back. These Savages will be back defensively. As Lady Warriors try to penetrate the defense. Well, it looks like Hightower really playing close as Lady Warriors pass it around the rim. Johnson looking to make a move and then throws it in a little too high, and that's picked off by Smith. Turnover. Smith bringing it up the court, gets it down to Cawthron in the corner. Cawthron picks up a double team, gets it to Woolsey. Woolsey with the turnaround bucket. One-hand lay-in. Tyson Woolsey with a spin move. Lady Savages now lead by 8. Under 1 minute left to play, first period. Lady Warriors looking for a three, but not getting a very good look at the basket, as that's a good defense. And that looks like that might have been a travel call, or no, stepped out of bounds. So stepped on the line. That's going to be a turnover. Lady Savages have the ball with 42.7 seconds left first period and an 8-point lead. Here comes Hightower. Picks up a defender and then gets a little bit of a mini screen. Gets it into Woolsey. Woolsey into the paint. Woolsey trying to turn around, shovel pass inside Cawthron, and then taken by Idabel. Good steal going to the floor. Looked like that was, not sure who that was. Got on the floor, got the ball, but Lady Warriors now have the ball with 8-10. Stolen back. It's going to be Cawthron with the steal and the lay-in. Jalen Cawthron. 8 points, 4 2-point buckets. Lady Savages now in the full court press, trying to get another possession out of it. Long pass, tipped. Nice hand by Woolsey as she got up there, got 2 or 3 fingers on it, knocked it out of bounds, prevented it from getting to its intended target under the basket. So now Lady Warriors will have a inbound pass with 3 seconds left, trying to get to maybe a pass and a quick shot. Lady Savages looking to steal or block. Long pass, does get in, and turn around. It's good. Nice laying offense. So the Lady Warriors have a little momentum scoring, but Lady Savages have a lot as they lead 15-7. So Lady Savages up by 8 at the end of one period. We'll be back with second period action after this message. You're watching Broken Bow Lady Savage basketball on the Broken Bow YouTube channel. See you in third.
Hey Southeast Oklahoma, have you been to Washburn's in Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburn's, family owned since 1939.
Well, welcome back. Lady Savages are up by 8. Lady Warriors playing tough in the first period. This is a ranked team. Broken Bow has really dominated McAllister last night. But as kind of expected in a Little River Rivalry game, it's a little tight, at least in the early stages. Broken Bow up by 8. But Idabel's held them to 15, managed to put 7 points on the board as well. See if they made any changes, drew up anything at the period break. Again, these are teams, the Lady Savages is a team that tends to score in furious runs. So let's see if they get hot here in this second period. They do have possession to start it off, and there's just a pull-up shot. It's Hightower off the front. Falls and winds up in the hands of the Lady Warriors. Idabel slowly bringing it up, now setting up their offense. Now Hunt quickly picks up Hightower. Hightower right in the face, out to McClure on the wing, guarded by Smith, and then to Johnson. Looks like they're trying to get in. There's a little bit of a fight in the paint. And now out to McClure. McClure guarded by Smith. McClure still hasn't dribbled, so has that option. At least I don't think she has. Now throws it up to Hunt. Hunt driving and loses a little bit of the handle. Now McClure pulls up from 3, shoots it, and it bounces over and pulls down by Tyson Woolsey. Tyson quickly gives it to Cawthron. Cawthron working, Cawthron driving. Cawthron passes to Smith. Smith in the paint. Smith with a lay-in. Wow, nice. One finger roll. Smith, her first points of the game. And Lady Savages now up by 10, double-digit lead. Largest of this game. Nice finger roll in. That was a good recognition by Genesis Smith that there was nobody in the middle of the paint, so she just kind of dribbled, took a couple of steps in the paint, elevated, and laid it off the finger. Now it's wow, that was Cawthron slapping the ball back out of bounds off the inbound. And Cawthron pointing to Idabel said, hey, man, I knocked it off the player before it went out. But does not convince the official, and so ball will be inbound. Lady Savages now in the press, and Cawthorn with a steal. Shovel pass. Smith, bucket. Yeah, it looks like they are going with the full court press, trying to get turnovers. Here's Idabel with a long pass. Oh, nice pass down under the bucket. Shot no good. Gets her own rebound, goes back up, and now it's Woolsey, and Woolsey is fouled by, I believe, Johnson, and so that's going to be the first foul of this period. It is on Johnson. That's going to be her first. And so ball will just be inbounded into the backcourt by the Lady Savages. Here's a lay-in, and it is good to end the foul. That's going to be Woolsey with the opportunity for the +1.
Number 25, Myla Green. Tyson Woolsey at the line.
Woolsey, a long rebound and a fight won by Idabel. So 21-7, there's another football score. But Lady Savages up by 14 and pressing. Here's a pass, inside tip, falls into the hands. Burris grabs it, and then it's tied up. So possession error will be in favor of Idabel. They will inbound. Bounce pass into the shot, and that was good inbound play by Idabel. As Johnson gets her first bucket of the game. Lady Warriors still have not cracked double digits. And here comes Cawthorn, passes it out to the corner, side shot. Burris fight for the rebound, and Rogers comes up with it. Rogers dribbling around. Rogers goes all the way back to the other wing. Oh, nice pass in from Rogers to Woolsey. Shots off, though, and rebounded by Idabel. Lady Warriors trying to get through this press. Rogers and Cawthorn in the backcourt. Long pass, and that's going to be a push in the back called, I believe,
Number 4, Genesis Smith.
on Smith. So that's going to be Smith's first foul, first team foul for the Lady Savages of the second period. Hightower and Rogers also have fouls from the first period for Broken Bow. Here's a bounce pass. And try to get, nice pass into the paint, but then it's knocked loose. I believe it was Woolsey or Rogers that got a hand on it. It does go out of bounds off Broken, but it will be Idabel's basketball. They'd had a well-executed a bounce pass for a bucket. Let's see, they're going to do it again. It's a bounce pass. That one does not result in a shot. And here comes, wow, nice pass. Cawthorn, and a nice fake by Rogers as she got two Lady Warriors up in the air with the pump fake. Unable to finish it, but I believe there was a Lady Warrior that hit it before it went out of bounds, and so that's going to be inbounded by Broken Bow. Here's a pass inbound. Woolsey, one-touch shot. Does not fall. Rebound Idabel. As Lady Warriors looking with 5 minutes left in the first half. Break into double figures. Lady Savages trying to prevent that. Pass down and stolen. Nice job getting a hand on it by Smith. Rogers winds up with it. Katie Rogers feeds it inside, double pad. Oh, wow, there was a Tyson Woolsey holding her hand behind her back. I wonder, it looked like she might have got a finger jammed or something on that, or maybe just put her hands behind her back to say, I didn't touch the ball. I think that might be what she was doing. And so out on Idabel, long pass in, Hightower. Hightower pulls up, shoots a tray, no good. And there's an elbow thrown by somebody. That's going to be on Smith. That's her second foul. Second foul of the second period by the Lady Savages. Lady Warriors also have two. Full press on by Broken Bow into the backcourt. Unrelenting, and the ball is still in the hands of Idabel, and there's going to be a timeout call on the floor. 30-second timeout. We're going to stay right here. Talk over this basketball game and these two teams. Yeah, Lady Savages up by 12. Pacing themselves. Got to hand it to Idabel, as they have played pretty good defense against a high-scoring offense by Broken Bow. Lady Savages One of the things they haven't been able to do much is get the ball into Tyson Woolsey and have her make easy shots in the paint. Or I say easy for her, or get those points in the paint. Woolsey held to just 2 field goals thus far, so Idabel's forming her. But they don't have much of an answer to Jalen Cawthron, as she has slashing through them on fast break points. Has 4 buckets for 8 points. And there's a steal. Another steal by Cawthron goes up. That's wise decision, as she saw that once she stole it, goes straight up and draws the foul. And so that's going to send her to the free throw line. And again, in the first half, in the first period, we did not see any pressing, no full court press from the Lady Savages, but they have opted to go with it in the second period, and it has been very productive as they've created turnovers and got points off it. And there's another one as Cawthron sinks a free throw. She now has 9 points. Her team has 22. Cawthron able to get into double figures if she makes this one. Does not, though. Rose off the front and rebounded by Idabel. Lady Warrior went to the floor there, but gets back up. Presses on and knocked loose by Rogers. Stolen by Katie Rogers. Nice job, Katie. And now it's a drive inside and a underhanded toss. And now it's a double tie ball as both Woolsey and Hightower got in there and tied the ball up. Possession arrow in favor of Broken Bow. Lady Savages will inbound. 4:11 left in the first half. Long inbound pass to Hightower. Then out to Rogers. Out to Cawthron. Cawthron for 3. In and out. No good. Ball's loose. Bounced. Smith fighting for it. Doesn't get it. And now it's a break. And that's going to draw the foul. And that will send Idabel to the free throw line. I believe that's going to be on Hightower. That's going to be her third team foul. Lady Warriors will go to the free throw line. An opportunity to break into double figures. First free throw, however, no good. Goes off the back bracket and out. Second shot also no good. Pulled down by Tyson Woolsey. Lady Savages still with a 13-point lead. Now it's going to be Cawthron to Rogers. To Cawthron. To Rogers. Rogers from a 2-point shot. Oh, nice touch as Katie Rogers sends it through the bottom of the net from about 10 feet outside. Here's a bit of a double team. The Warriors get through that, try to pass it down. It's stolen by Woolsey, and then Woolsey's fouled. That's going to be the 4th team foul on Idabel. Still 3:27 left in this first half. Next foul sends the Lady Savages to the free throw line. Here comes Burris out to Cawthron. Oh, nice screen by Smith, but Cawthron gets picked up on the other side. Now it's Cawthron in the paint. Cawthron weaving. Cawthron lays it up and gets the bucket and the foul. Cawthron into double figures. Now has 11 points, an opportunity to make it 12 with the +1. Lady Savages now pulling away as they lead by 17. With an opportunity to make it 18 from the free throw line off the hands of Jayla Cawthron. That was a tremendous drive as there were 2 defenders in there, and both of them just kind of mugged her. Cawthron just muscled her way through them. Shot is no good. Rebound inside by Woolsey, and she picks up a foul on the putback attempt, and that's going to send Tyson Woolsey to the free throw line. 5th team foul on the Lady Warriors. Lady Savages in the bonus for the rest of this half. That's a first foul on Hunt. At least that's what the scoreboard indicates, and nice shot. Woolsey's first one goes through. Lady Savages now at 27. And Hunt will go take a seat. The second shot does not fall. Rebound Idabel. Here's a bounce pass. Contested by Rogers as Lady Warriors try to get it in. They do get it in under the basket, but there's Woolsey, and Woolsey able to defend that. Might have blocked that shot. Winds up back in the hands of Broken. Full court pass. Beautiful pass to Smith, and she is just rolled over, hard foul at the other end. I mean, that was a great pass. Looked like Smith looked like a wide receiver running downfield. The ball came right over one shoulder, got her in stride, and she would have had an easy layup, but for the foul. Does not miss the first one, hits the back bracket and bounces high. No good. That's the first foul on Cravens, by the way. Second shot is good. Smith gets Broken Bow to 28. Lady Savage is on the verge, going up by 20. Half-court press. Meets the Lady Warriors. Burris defensively, and now it's Cawthron. Idabel kicks it inside, now back to the top of the key. Cross outside. They actually got Rogers in the air, and here's the three-point shot on the way. Hits the glass. It comes down into the hands of Cawthron, and she'll cruise to the other end and pick up the foul. As Idabel started to get in some serious foul trouble, already in the bonus, but now Hall picks up her first foul. And that's going to send Cawthron to the free throw line. Shot, rattles in and out, no good. Unkind rim for Cawthron. Lady Warriors going to substitute with 2:10 left first half. Second shot also no good. Rare double miss by Cawthron, but fight for the rebound. Idabel wins it, and they'll bring it up. Johnson doing the honors for Idabel. Now streaks down to the corner. Kicks it outside. Ball's almost stolen by Burris. Goes out of bounds off her fingertips and will be inbounded by Idabel. Idabel's shot is up and good. Johnson with her second field goal, but does break the double-digit ice as Idabel now has 11. Here comes Cawthron. Kicks it outside to Smith, who kicks it further outside to Cherry, and then there's a foul or a walk. Let's see, I think that's going to be traveling, and so that's going to turn it over. 1:35 left, first half. Lady Savages are up by 17, 28-11. Idabel trying to hang in there. Lady Savages have abandoned the full court press, but are at the half court line, and now will attack the ball once it comes across. Here's a drive downside by Gonzalez. Couldn't get the ball down the baseline, and so that's going to be out on, bounces it off of one of the Lady Savage players, and so that's going to be out on Broken Bow. Ball will be inbound. Idabel's really done well on the inbound pass. They've had some points off that, 2 buckets in particular. Kick it back out to Clarity, and then inside to Johnson. Johnson making a move on Woolsey, and then gets it blocked by, I believe, Cawthron, and that was a McClure. A nice follow-through by McClure, her first bucket. Lady Warriors within 15. Here comes Cawthron down in the corner. Three-point shot on the way. Long ball, and goes out of bounds. That'll be Idabel basketball as they will inbound in the final minute of this first half. 54.3 seconds left. Lady Savage is now going back to the full court press. They probably will press for the remainder of this half. There's just under a minute left. Does a couple of things. One, it can't create a turnover. It also prevents Idabel from being able to set up just for that last shot. If they turn the ball over, wow, almost did. Took a bounce to Idabel, wound up inside, and it's Tyson Woolsey with a big block in the paint. Just kind of poked that ball, just kind of slapped it out of bounds. And so Idabel's going to have to inbound with 41.5 seconds left in the half from under the Savage bucket. Long pass all the way to the Savage head. Now out to Johnson. Johnson trying to work against, and Johnson falls down. Ball stripped. Here come the Lady Savages. Here comes Griffin, and now she gets body checked. Kicks it back out to Smith, who gets it back outside. Three-pointer on the way, in and out, and just off the rim. And there's a scramble for the ball as good job. Good hustle by McClure. Now blocked by Cawthron. Winds up with a basketball. Cawthron behind the back. Pulls up. Shoots. No good. Fight for the rebound. won by Brokobo into Woolsey. Woolsey with the one-handed touch, doesn't fall. Idabel with the rebound, and that's going to be a foul call. That may be on Woolsey on the rebound. It is on Woolsey, her first foul, 3.2 seconds left. Lady Savage is probably going to go back in the press to try to keep Idabel from getting it down court. As clock runs, Idabel just going to have time for a desperation or not. Shot does not get off. That's going to do it. After 1 half of play, it is Brokobo 28, Idabel 13. We will have a quick message from some of our sponsors and be back with a special presentation in about 30 seconds. See you then.
I have found that the music that felt most important to me was a sense of being Choctaw. And I found that music that was coming out of that place felt more true to who I was. And interestingly, it felt to me that it also made more of an impact on other people.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Well, welcome back. A lot to cheer about here as Lady Savages have a 15-point lead over arch rival Idabel at the half. Moreover, about to have a very special presentation to, I would say, one of the most gifted athletes. I think possibly the most gifted athlete in the history of Brokobo High School. That is Graydon Howell, the junior. I'm going to turn it over to Jerry Fowling with the announcement.
Graydon Howell, right in the air, bumped up a layup off the glass to score his 1,500th career point as a Brokobo Savage. This is a very impressive milestone to achieve at any point in one's high school basketball career. But to achieve it before the halfway point of your junior season makes it even more impressive. Brokobo is proud to recognize Mr. Howell for this amazing accomplishment and wish him and his team the best of luck for the remainder of the season. Graydon would like to say this to the fans. First, I want to thank my Lord and Savior for giving me the opportunity to reach this milestone. Because without him, none of this would be possible. I would like to thank my parents for their endless love, support, guidance, and instilling a strong work ethic in me. Thank you to the rest of my family for always being willing to follow and cheer me on. Thank you to my coaches for always believing in me, even when there were times that I doubted myself. Thank you to my teammates for being positive during the times of adversity and still showing up, even when you may not have wanted to. And last but not least, thank you to Brokobo Public Schools and the Brokobo community for continually supporting, encouraging, and cheering me and my teammates. In conclusion, please know that I am eternally grateful to be surrounded by such an amazing community of Savage fans. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Graydon Howell.
And you will see him in action following this game, but the well-deserved award, 1,500 points, not even halfway through his junior year. And Graydon Howell, not only one of the most gifted athletes, if not the most gifted athlete to walk the halls of Brokobo High School, but one of the most exceptional young men to ever come from this school. Just a remarkable student athlete, and certainly are proud of his accomplishments. Well, we're going to take a quick break, have some words from our sponsors, and then be back with second half action. Lady Savages taking on the Lady Warriors. We'll see you in about 2.5 minutes.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today. Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Southeast Oklahoma. Have you been to Washburn's in Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburn's, family owned since 1939.
I have found that the music that felt most important to me was a sense of being Choctaw. And I found that music that was coming out of that place felt more true to who I was. And interestingly, it felt to me that it also made more of an impact on other people.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
playing, but they kind of probably need to tone it down. They've already tipped off the second half. So again, Chris Chandler here, along with Fredo Morales, Lady Savage's commanding lead, 15 points at half, and there's a putback shot, and that's going to get Ladies Warriors points and the foul opportunities to try for the trifecta. Yeah, Brokenbow up now by 13 as the free throw no good. Fight for the rebound. Won by Cawthron. She's going to weave in coast to coast. Cawthron goes up, lays it off. No good. Rebound. Woolsey put back up. No good. And now pulled down by the Lady Warriors. First period scoring, and there's a might be a foul called. Let's see what the call is.
Number 21, Adeline Clarity.
Is going to be on Clarity, her first. Does get the Lady Savages a basketball. And here comes Brokenbow. Rogers driving and picks up her dribble, kicks it back outside. Looked like it might have went off the hand of one of the Lady Warriors. I think she was trying to get it back to Cawthron, but was knocked out of bounds by Idabel. Now inbounded. Here's Hightower. Gets it out. Rogers, bounce pass, knocked loose, stolen by Idabel. Yes, Brokenbow has led throughout this basketball game. Here's a one-touch pass, turnaround jumper, one-handed, no good, and goes out of bounds off the hands of Woolsey. Will be inbounded by Idabel. Lady Warriors trying to get points off of this, quick points off the inbound. That time they do not. Here comes Brokenbow, long pass. Woolsey tries to save it, but couldn't get it out of the hand before the foot went down, and so that's going to be Idabel basketball. Pretty even first half distributed scoring for Brokenbow, with Cawthron the only player in double figures by either team with 11. Woolsey with 5, Hightower with 5, Smith with 5, and Rogers with 2 for Brokenbow, and there's going to be a foul. I believe that's going to be called on Woolsey for backing into the Lady Warrior. Let's see what the call is. It is, and that's going to be that's a third foul on Woolsey. So a little bit of foul trouble for Tyson Woolsey. Still very early in this second half. 6:25 left in the third period. So there's a shot, no good, falls to the floor and is picked up by Brokenbow. And now quickly Hightower takes it down the far side, dribbling in traffic, kicks it out to the corner. Oh, nice move, and nice move from outside, slashing inside by Genesis Smith. Came down the baseline and then went kind of inside under the bucket. And that's a deflection and steal by Cawthron off the inbound. And she gets a quick 2. Smith and Cawthron getting Brokenbow back up by 17. And now the full press is taking it. So it's Rogers with the steal this time. Rogers with the leaner in. Lady Savages have scored 6 points off 3 buckets in about the last 12 seconds of game time. Press is telling, and there's another steal. A one-touch pass by Smith into Hightower, and her shot's blocked. Lady Warriors get it past the half-court line. Quick recovery by Brokenbow's defense as they get it out to Johnson, who kicks it down to Hunt, and her shot is smooth. As that one goes and gets the Lady Warriors back to 17. And that is their score, 70. Oh, nice no-look pass into Rogers from Cawthron, and Katie Rogers draws the foul. That will send her to the free throw line with exactly 5 minutes left the third period. That foul's the second one. Our second team foul on the Lady Warriors. Lady Savages also have 2. Rogers' first free throw, well, unkind rim. Lady Savages not doing great from the free throw line thus far tonight. Yes. Second shot by Rogers also does it. Almost rebounded by Cawthorn. And now it's going to be Hightower and I believe Johnson going down the far line. That's going to wind up in a foul on Hightower. That's going to be Hightower's third foul. So Hightower has 3 and Woolsey has 3. Lady Savage is getting a little bit of foul trouble. That's also the third team foul on Broken Bow. Still a lot of time left in this third period. There's a pass across to Johnson. Gets it outside to Gonzalez. Her shot bounces off the bracket. No good. But that is a defensive rebound from McClure. And with Tyson Woolsey out with 3 fouls, Lady Warriors get an offensive board. Kind of rare in this game for them, but managed to capitalize on that. Lady Savage's pass across to Burris, out to Rogers. Rogers dribbles to the wing, then kicks it outside to Smith. Smith off the dribble, still making a move inside, kicks it out Hightower. Hightower's three-pointer on the way. Aubrey Hightower with a tray. That's how the game opened up, with a tray from Hightower, and now her second half of 3 gets Broken Bow back up by 22. Back up by 18. Here's a rebound by Cawthorn. Cawthorn weaving between defenders and then kicks it out. Yes. It's going to be a foul on Idabel, as they think that's either McClure or it's Gonzalez, but was not set, and so commits the foul. That's the third team foul on Idabel, albeit the first one on Gonzalez. And so Broken Bow will inbound. 37-19 is your score. And it's a quick inbound. Smith for 3. Genesis Smith. She's in double figures. She now has 10 points. Broken Bow now up by 21, largest lead of this game. A leaner down at the other end goes off the glass. Another offensive board by Idabel. This one falls to the ground, and then Hightower picks up the ball, and looks like it was tied up. Or no, it's a pushing foul called on Johnson, her second. That is the 4th team foul on Idabel, however. Next one's going to send Broken Bow to the free throw line. Cawthorn bringing up the basketball as Rogers quickly sprints past her down to the low post. Now it's Cawthorn with a fake pass in the paint. She goes flying to the floor and will now take a quick walk to the free throw line. That foul is on Green. That is Green's 4th foul, and that is the 5th foul by the Lady Warriors. Broken Bow in the bonus. Ball does not. Again, Lady Savage is struggling from the free throw line tonight. About the only part of this game that is not working for them. As Cawthorn, second shot off the front of the rim. Still, that's going to be a lane violation on Broken Bow. So I believe it's a lane violation. Anyway, free throw no good. Will be Idabel's basketball. Full court press on. And that's going to leave a 3-on-2 break for Idabel. It's Rogers committing a foul down at the other end. Katie Rogers, I believe that's going to be her 3rd. No, just her 2nd. Nope, it is her 3rd. So Rogers, Hightower, and Woolsey all with 3 fouls for Broken Bow. That's the 4th team foul on Broken Bow. I think we're going to see a lot of trips to the free throw line in the rest of this third period. That free throw goes off the front of the rim, no good. Broken Bow already in the bonus. Idabel 1 foul away from being in there. Second shot also no good. Rebound brought down by Cawthorn. She pushes it quickly up the floor, kicks it down, and looked like a miscommunication. That was intended for Hightower out on the wing or out in the corner. And Hightower either not looking or pass was a little off the mark. Full court press on, though, at the other end. Ball goes up in the air, and now it's going to be into the backcourt to Gonzalez. 5 seconds about to expire. Lady Savages get the time violation. Good job on the press, as that's a turnover on time. Lady Savages will have the basketball. Well executed, not giving anywhere to throw the ball. And so press working for Broken Bow as they quickly inbound to Cawthorn. Oh, nice one-handed pass down to Burris. Burris' shot's blocked, however, by Idabel. I believe that was Clarity. She brings it across, guarded by Hightower. Oh, went for the steal and does. That's what Smith got a hand on it. Knocked it loose. Rogers comes up with it. Lady Savages create another turnover. Quickly out. And here comes Cawthron off the dribble. Cawthron driving inside, lays it up and draws another foul. And oh, man, she went flying to the floor and banged her head on the padding back there. I hope she's just retying her ponytail like she was holding the back of her head. There is padding down there, but there is brick behind it. Jayla Cawthron, a very tough player, and so still having little problems, maybe from the free throw, maybe because she's seeing two rims over there. She did take a tumble. Seems to be all right, though. As her second, that's free throw. By the way, that is the third foul on Johnson for Idabel. Now they are in trouble. Green with 4, Johnson with 3. And that second free throw goes through the bottom of the net for Cawthron. She now has 14 points. Scramble for the basketball. And it looks like it was tied up by Hightower. Possession arrow will be in favor of Broken Bow. Lady Savages should inbound. Good hustle by Hightower. Creates another turnover. Long inbound to Cawthron. She gets it out to Burris, to Smith, to Hightower. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Fight for the rebound. Comes down in the hands of Idabel, and then it's quickly passed. And stolen by Rogers. Rogers stalking, comes flying down. Nice pass to Cawthron. Give her an assist. Give Cawthron another bucket. Pressure defense by Broken Bow. Getting them points off the turnover. Here's another turnover. This one pulled out of the air by Hightower. Quickly down to Cawthron. She goes up, gets the bucket and the foul. Another assist, another bucket, and another trip to the free throw line for Jayla Cawthron. She now has 16 points, and her team leads by 26. Lady Savage is starting to pull away even further here in this third period. Lady Warriors started off this second half. Little mini run. Match is shot for shot, but now, and that one goes through the +1. But now Broken Bow pulling away. The pressure defense just creating turnover after turnover and creating fast break opportunities for Broken Bow. Here's another one, and that one that was wound up with Idabel, but it was Cawthron with a hand on it. The ball's outside. Three-point shot on the way. Bounces into the paint, and that may be a foul on Broken Bow in the rebound. Could be on Burris. Let's see. It will send Idabel to the free throw line, and it will put the Lady Warriors in the bonus. It is indeed on Burris, her first. And again, Warriors also having Lady Warriors also having a little trouble from the free throw line as that one hits the bracket and flies out. No good. 1:40 left, third period. And for these two teams, it's a second shot also no good. Fight for the rebound, winds up in the hands of Cawthron. She quickly brings it up, kicks it down to Hightower on the wing. Hightower backs it out and gets it back to Cawthron, looking to get a base. Oh, wow, what a fake. Cawthron feed inside and easy. One touch bucket for Woolsey. Give it assist to Cawthron. Pressure defense on. As a drive down the baseline results in a whistle. Let's see what the call is. Lady Warriors getting up off the floor. Maybe a foul on Broken Bow. Let's see. That's going to be on Burris. That'll be her second. Already both teams in the bonus, so Idabel to shoot free throws now. First free throw, wow, again, the free throw struggles continue for both teams as hits the bracket, falls out, no good. Second shot up, and that one is in. 48-20. Lady Savage is looking to eclipse the half-century mark here before the third period expires. Hightower down in the corner. Oh, feed inside. Turn around, Woolsey. Nice touch. Tyson Woolsey with a finger roll. Tyson Woolsey back in for about 35 seconds, already with 2 buckets in that period of time. playing with 3 fouls. Here's a trap over on the side right in front of the scorer's table. Ball goes out of bounds, and I believe it's going to be Idabel that will inbound at 43.7 seconds left, third period. Inbound pass. Drive. Burris defensively. Wow, that was a nice shot over Burris. As gets the Lady Warriors to 22. 33 seconds left. Pass intended for Woolsey. Oh, nice save by Burris, but goes into the hands of the Lady Warriors. And now it's going to be, I believe, Johnson trying to drive outside. Pulls up for a 3. Shoots it inside. A little too short. Pulled down by Woolsey. 17. Plenty of time left. Lady Savage is probably going to work for this final shot. There's about 10 seconds now. Ball in the hands of Jalen Cawthorn. She's driving in the paint. Goes up and then lays it up. Weaves between defenders. Lays it off the glass and in. 1 second left, and that's going to do it. After 3 periods of play, Lady Savage is pulling away. They lead by 30, 52 to 22. We'll be back after these messages from our sponsors. You're watching Broken Lady Savage basketball on the Broken Network.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Welcome back. Well, it is Broken Bow again. Came in as a favorite. It is a rivalry game. Lady Savage is doing what they needed to do thus far as they led 15-8, just by 7 at the and again, no scoring in this game until about I think about 4:30 of the first period. So 15-8 at the end of 1. 7-point lead by Lady Savages, 28-13 at the half, 15-point lead. But now they have doubled that margin as they lead by 30, have pulled away in this third period, thanks mostly to the pressure defense by Brooke, resulting in multiple steals and great passing off those steals to give Broken Bow some easy buckets. Tyson Woolsey played most of that period on the bench, or I should spent most of that period on the bench with 3 fouls, but came back in and got 2 buckets back-to-back in action right at the end. She's now back in the paint for this final period. And Idabel could not get to that one, and that's going to be Broken Bow basketball as it goes out of bounds right in front of the Warrior cheerleaders. Lady Savages are, I believe, 1 bucket away from equaling their score from last night at McAllister. Very similar. Oh, nice give and go there, and that's going to result in Smith drawing the foul, and so she'll go to the free throw line. That's going to be the 4th one on Johnson, so just the first team foul, but Johnson has 4 along with Green. So Lady Warriors have 2 players within 1 foul of fouling out. Smith's shot is up, and kind rim for Smith. Good rotation. First free throw is good. Smith's 11th point. Broken Bow's 53rd. And that one's off the front of the rim and falls into the hands of Idabel. Pass down the corner, 3-pointer on the way, bounces off, and then a 5 for the rebound, and that looked like Smith got a hand on it. Might have also got a hand on the shooter, as that's going to be a foul, and that will send Idabel to the free throw line. 3rd foul on Smith. First team foul for the Lady Savages. Shot goes up, and it's off the front of the rim. No good. Again, the boys' game will start about 10 or 12 minutes. Let's see what they set the clock at following the end of this one. We'll bring you that second shot also. No good. We'll bring you that game in its entirety. And the great Graydon Howe presented with a banner at halftime of this girls' game, as he has already eclipsed the 1,500 career point mark. Woolsey inside. Cawthron, fall-away jumper, no good. And then there's a Lady Warrior trying to get the basketball, either knocked it out of bounds or stepped out of bounds, making contact with it. Either way, it's Brokenbow's basketball. They will inbound, getting it to Woolsey inside, tipped by Idabel. Woolsey just manhandles it. Wow. Woolsey just pulled it out of the hands of Idabel. Burris gets the rebound, kicks it outside, shot on the way. Griffin's no good, gets her own rebound, driving in the paint, goes and lays it up. Fights for it, tips it to Woolsey. Woolsey kicks it back out to Smith. Smith shot's on the way. Genesis Smith for three. Third time's a charm. As Lady Savages had a couple of shots that didn't fall but kept after it, getting rebounds. And Genesis Smith nails a three. That's her second of this game. Second three, that is. Piling up points, gets her team to 56. As Lady Warriors trying to move inside the perimeter, and good lateral movement by Lady Savages. And that Cawthron went for the steal on that one, and that one was a steal. That was just pulled out of the hands by Burris. Burris took Cawthron. Cawthron up and off the glass. Another 2 points. Cawthron now has 10 in this half to go with her 11 in the first. 21 for her, 58 for her team. And went for the steal that time and did not quite get it. And I believe that was Cherry trying to pull it up. Or sorry, that was Griffin on the defensive work. And Burbo tough, not letting them much happen though inside the perimeter. Idabel shot no good. Burris on the rebound. Quickly to Cawthron. Cawthron bringing it up to the corner. Cross-court pass from Cawthron out to Smith. Smith down. Oh, Smith shovel pass down the baseline. Now it's Cawthron laying it down the baseline, elevates, and in the air lays it off the glass. Another 2 points for Jalen. Broken Bow is at 60. Drive inside, tipped it to get down the baseline, cut off by Broken Bow. Good lateral movement by Griffin. And now it's Woolsey with an outstretched arm, and that shot altered because of the defense of Woolsey. And so that's going to go off the glass. Idabel going to take a timeout and talk things over. We'll take a quick one as well. Have a word from our sponsor. Be right back. You're watching Broken Bow Lady Savage Basketball on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel. We see you in 15.
As Choctaw people, our past doesn't define us.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Broken Bow running away with it here in this final period, thanks to a huge third period. And they came out, they had a nice 15-point lead going into the half, but they really ran away with it, outscoring Idabel 24-9 in that third period, and as a result, they are now up by 38. Lady Warriors trying to get points on the board, but they get it. Woolsey almost got it tied up, and that's almost stolen by Rogers. Lady Rogers defensively. Watch when they took this lateral movement, and while I say lateral, they move sideways, not allowing those lanes to open up. Idabel unable to penetrate it, unable to get any layups. Having to shoot from either outside the perimeter three-point shots or try to force something inside. Just a very solid defensive effort by Broken Bow. Here's a pass, and that one's knocked loose and stolen. I believe Woolsey got a hand on it. Hightower wound up with it. And now it's down to Cherry. Kicks it back out to Rogers. Rogers kicks it out the top of the key. Hightower, three-point shot. Aubrey Hightower buries it. That was nice teamwork. Moving it around till you get an open look, and from the top of the key, it's Hightower. Hightower now in double figures, becomes a third Lady Savage to get there, along with Smith, or sorry, fourth, along with Oh, no, third. Almost Smith and Cawthorn. Woolsey with 9, so 1 bucket away from joining them. Here's a three-point shot, and that's going to be a high rebound. Oh, nice rebound, but that second one just goes off the floor into the hands of Tyson Woolsey. Little over 3 minutes left. Lady Savage is going to get there, add another win, as that's a three-point shot. And Woolsey picks it up and scoops it, and now she is in double figures. She has 11. So Woolsey becomes the 4th Lady Savage to get into double figures, joining Cawthorn, Hightower, and Smith. And now you see some substitutions with just under 3 minutes left. Said Lady Savage is going to win this one. It's always satisfying. Here's a steal going the other way, and wow, that was, oh, and she is hurt. They're going to have to call a timeout. We have an injured player, so, and that does not look, hate to see that. So it's like a leg injury, so we're probably going to be out for a moment. Timeout on the floor for injury. We'll take one as well and be back. You're watching Brokobo Lady Savage basketball on the Brokobo Network.
Southeast Oklahoma. Have you been to Washburn's in Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburn's, family owned since 1939.
I have found that the music that felt most important to me was a sense of being Choctaw. And I found that music that was coming out of that place felt more true to who I was. And interestingly, it felt to me that it also made more of an impact on other people.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Welcome back. That was Carly Dickerson helped off the floor, and certainly hope that injury's not super serious, but in some obvious pain there. So just a freshman, Dickerson, and a very athletic one at that. Here's a free throw. It's up and good. Lady Savage coming back to the other end. Griffin to Woolsey. To Camp. And I think Camp got fouled, and that's going to send her to the free throw line. Or not. Maybe it wasn't in the act of shooting. Long inbound pass. Out, and here's a set shot from inside the perimeter. No good. Lady Warriors pushing it up. Johnson with the leaner, and Johnson almost gets it stolen. Looked like Anna might have got a hand on that. Long, the putback effort, no good. Ball goes down among 3 different players, and there's a foul called on one of them. Let's see, kind of a ref's choice as to who to call it against. Looks like it will be against Camp, her first. We'll send Idabel to the free throw line. His first free throw, no good. You will see, you probably noticed, you'll see a running clock for the rest of this one, kind of by agreement. The coaches can't agree on that, and so choose to, as it's a 41-point game. So here's second shot up, no good, but rebounded by Idabel. Lady Warriors put it back up off the glass, goes out, off and outstretched. Well, I say that, now the clock stops, so maybe it's not a running clock agreed to. Ball inbounded by the Lady Savages in the final minute. To get it out to Anderson, and looks like I think that's her, so the shot contested on the rebound. Did not see who that went off of. Might have been Chloe Hurst, not sure, but Idabel will inbound it. Final 35 seconds of the ball game. Just brought up by Gonzalez, kicked out the corner, and just pulls up, takes a three, and that one's way off. Rebounded by Broken Bow. Camp with the rebound to Anna. Anna dribbling in traffic, gets it to Camp, and now there's a Lady Warrior goes to the floor, and now looks like she's injured. So going to be another injury timeout. So we will we'll take another quick timeout ourselves and be back. You're watching Lady Savage basketball on the Broken Bow YouTube network. See you in a minute.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Well, going off under her own power, so that's a good sign. Lady Savages, 16.3 seconds left. We're going to get a win here. And over Idabel, always feels good to get a win over your arch rival. That's a block by Idabel, and then quickly, 9 seconds, you're going to see probably a launch from the three-point line. Here's a shot, and that one hits the rim no good. Brobo has a chance to shoot, and there's not enough time to tip it in, but Lady Savages win going away 65-24. Big victory for Broken Bow, and it came in as a favorite, but it's a rivalry game, and they just ran away with it in the second half. See the boys lining up. This should be a much more competitive game. Two much more evenly matched teams. And they are going to hoop it up in about 10 minutes as you see them getting ready to come onto the floor. We're going to take a quick break. We'll leave the live on the same live stream, but we will have some words from our sponsors and media partners. Then we'll be back with tip-off of the Broken Bow Savages versus Idabel Warriors game. Phase 1 for 2025-26. See ya in 2-3 minutes.
Southeast Oklahoma. Have you been to Washburn's in Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburn's, family owned since 1939.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Well, welcome back. If you joined us for the Brookable Lady Savages taking on the Idabel Lady Warriors. Lady Savages had a fairly easy victory. It was contested in the first, but they never trailed and pulled away in the second half. Expect this to be a much more competitive game as Brookable taking on Idabel boys. You will see some excellent basketball players on both sides in black and gold and black and red.
At guard, a 5'8" freshman, number 11, Jamie Clarkley. At forward, a 6'3" sophomore, number 15.
There's the Idabel Warriors having their starting lineup introduced. Bledsoe, a 3-year starter for that Warrior basketball team, also starter for the football team. And expect to see him mixing up things inside. He can move for a big guy, shoot from outside. Comes the Savages starting lineup.
Starting for the Savages tonight, a 6'1" sophomore, number 1, Adrian Hightower.
Hightower, very impressive player, just a sophomore.
Number 2, Sky Baker. A 5'11" junior, number 4.
Sky Baker, senior. And there's the superstar, Graydon Howell, already surpassed the 1,500-point mark. Another senior in Jackson McDaniel. A good outside shooter and has added the inside game. And A.J. Brennan. Of course, Brennan, Howell, and Baker all starters on the football team. So, along with Bledsoe for Idabel. So you see some, expect to see a physical game. Gonna have Brannon lining up against Bledsoe in the middle for the tip-off. As we're about to get underway. Again, thanks to all our media partners. Appreciate their sponsorship of Brookable Savage Athletics. Idabel wins the tip-off as they quickly get it out to Clerkley. Kicked out to Bledsoe on the wing, guarded by Brannon. And then back inside, looking to go down the baseline, gets cut off by Baker, and that's by Hightower. And then the ball's picked up by Howell. Howell to Hightower. Hightower looking to bring it across the half-court line. Sky Baker bringing it across the half-court line. Now to Graydon Howell. Howell picks up his dribble, fires it inside. Nice bounce pass, and they get it out to McDaniel. McDaniel for 3 across. That was good passing. Shot a little off for McDaniel. Still scoreless in this first period. Idabel with a long 3, not long enough though, hits the rim and goes out. Good hustle to get there by Brannon off the rebound. Quickly hands it to McDaniel, and Savages bring it across half court. McDaniel down in the corner to Baker. Baker rotating back out. That's Hightower rotating back out. Hightower to McDaniel on the wing. McDaniel thought about driving in, now gets it to Howell at the top of the key. Quickly out to Hightower again. Hightower looked like he was going inside to Graydon Howell on the wing to McDaniel. McDaniel for 3, off the side, no good. Hustle for the rebound. Good hustle by both the Savages and the Warriors. It looked like it was Baker over there against Lewis, and ball was tied up. Possession arrow in favor of Broken Bow. McDaniel will inbound. Still scoreless early, and here's a toss in. Baker, a long 3, hits the top of the backboard. It wasn't blown dead, though. And the Warriors trying to work inside. Bledsoe gets the ball. That's going to be a foul, I guess, on Brannon, as that was Bledsoe moving in the paint. Or no, it's on Hightower. Sorry, his first foul by anybody in this ball game. Still scoreless, 6-16. Starting much like the girls' game, is a very defensive game. no really scoring opportunities, and so expect that to change. And here's a three-pointer, too short for Idabel, but off the long rebound. It's another three-point shot, and that one finds Purchase in the bottom of the net as Matthews sinks it. Warriors on the scoreboard first, 3-0 Idabel. Here comes Howell quickly across half court, gets it stripped, gets it back, and here's a quick break by Idabel, and they get the foul and the point. It's going to be Bledsoe with the opportunity for the +1. Foul is going to be on Hightower, on Baker. His first. Two team fouls on the Savages. Warriors up 5-zip, have an opportunity to make it 6, as Bledsoe is going to shoot the +1 from the free throw line. That shot is up and good. Warriors with the press. And Graydon Howe. Cross in the hands of McDaniel to Hightower. Hightower picks up his dribble to McDaniel. Bounce pass. Baseline. Brannon across to Howell. Howell in the post. Kicks it back top of the key. Fires it out to Hightower for 3. Shots a little off. Howell inside. Got a rebound. Turnaround jumper from Howell, and he draws the foul. That'll send Graydon Howell to the free throw line. First team foul on Idabel. That'll be on Matthews, obviously his first. And so Warriors going to take a timeout. They lead 6-0. And so going to talk about what they're going to do as Graydon Howell's about to go to the free throw line. We'll be back after this short break. You're watching Broken Savage Basketball on the Broken YouTube channel.
I don't want our music part of a sonic museum. It can be remade, fresh, and dynamic at all times.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Welcome back. Warriors out to a quick start scoring-wise as far as, not really a quick start, as it was scoreless for the first couple of minutes, but it's the Warriors on the board. First, Savages have yet to put points on the board, but Graydon Howell has an opportunity to change that from the free throw line. Yes, he's going to be shooting 2. First one up and hits front of the rim, no good. Savages, of course, coming off I'd say heartbreaking loss, but a loss against McAllister last night, in which looked like McAllister's shot. And here's a rebound by McDaniel, and McDaniel's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Nice job getting that rebound and going straight back up and drawing the foul by Jackson McDaniel. Anyway, the Savages coming off a loss to McAllister on a final shot. Looked at it, it would look like he was still in his hands when the buzzer sounded and when the red frame came up on the rim, but that was not the call, and so they lose by 175-74 at McAllister last night. Looking to McDaniel, nice shooting from McDaniel, hits both free throws and gets Broken Bow on the board. And Savages looking to get back in the W column tonight after that loss at McAllister. First 2 games following the Christmas New Year's break, and so sometimes it takes you a while to get back in gear. Of course, it's the same for everybody. Warriors lead by 4. As they're slowing things down and setting up some offensive plays. The Warriors probably do not want to have a wide open game where you have a lot of fast breaks, because the Savages have Graydon Howell, and he excels at that kind. Excels at a lot of things, but that kind of basketball can hurt you in a hurry. That's going to be a foul on Graydon Howell. His third team foul on the Savages. 4:39 left to go in the first period. Sends Lewis to the free throw line. He sinks the first one. Hits both of them. So Warriors in the press as Howell gets it to McDaniel. McDaniel gets quickly. Good job getting across that half-court line. Out to Hightower. To Tomlinson. Shot on the way. McDaniel for three. Jackson McDaniel. All 5 of Broken Bow's points off the hands of Jackson McDaniel. Back to not back to, it is now a 3-point game. And so Savage is now swarming on that perimeter, and Tomlinson went in for the steal, and then I believe committed a foul. That'll be the 14th foul on Broken Bow, non-shooting foul, however. So Idabel will inbound. Rotating around, quickly kicks it out. And looks like Lewis is going to back it out to Matthews. Matthews circling around top of the key. And there's a travel call. One step too many, and that's going to be a turnover. Savages with an opportunity to tie things up with a 3-point shot here. Graydon Howe quickly outside. Now it's Tomlinson backing it out. Tomlinson to Howe. Howe to McDaniel. McDaniel tried to get the hard pass into Brandon in the paint. Little overthrown and goes out of bounds. Savages turn it over. Be Warrior basketball. 3:33 left. First period. Idabel leads 8-5. James with the basketball. To Matthews. To Bledsoe, and then back to Lewis. Lewis's shot a little off the mark. Rebound inside by Hightower. And now here comes Graydon Howe streaking down inside. Howe picks up his dribble. Shovel pass out to McDaniel. Back to Howell. Howell to McDaniel. McDaniel. Oh, McDaniel's pass inside. Now back out to Tomlinson. Tomlinson for three. In and out. Does not count. Man, that rimmed out off of Tomlinson's shot. Good rotation with the ball to get it outside to Tomlinson. Shot does not fall, however. Still 8-5. Idabel with the advantage and the basketball. Possession arrow in favor of the Warriors as well. 2:35 and ticking left in the first period. Here comes the Warriors circling around looking for an open shot or an open lane. Savage is not giving either. Here's shot put up, but does not fall. Rebound, Brennan. And here comes Graydon Howe, coast to coast, goes down, gets the ball stripped, but is also fouled. So that ball will be inbounded by Broken Bow. I believe that's going to be a foul on Lewis. Let's see if they call it. Might not have been a foul. Might have just, I guess it was just out. They didn't call the foul. So he didn't hit the body. Out to McDaniel, and McDaniel off the inbound. Shot no good. A little too short. Bounces up over the rim and into the hands of Idabel. Bledsoe with the rebound. Now quickly to Lewis. Lewis in traffic gets it blocked by Tomlinson, I believe. Tomlinson or Brandon one got a hand on it as his shot goes flying out of bounds. Will be inbounded by the Warriors. Exactly 2 minutes left. First period. Idabel leads 8-5. Warriors with the basketball and the possession arrow. And Savages sending in Hanks defensively. Idabel has Bledsoe in there, maybe trying to get a quick feed off the inbound pass, and then they had sent Hanks in there to counter that. As a height advantage over, well, everybody. Here comes a pass outside. It's going to be kicked across to Lewis, who gets it out to Matthews and back to Lewis. Now down the corner, and there's a elbow leading in. Here's a three-point shot on the way. High rebound pulled down. Graydon Howe. Howe looks like he's driving against four opponents. Pulls up. Graydon Howe, top of the key. Or sorry, it's top of the, actually inside the key. Falls short, no good. Here's a fight for the basketball at the other end. Almost stolen by Howe. Here's Idabel coming back. Kicks it out the side. Three-point shot on the way. Bounces over, and there's a foul on the rebound. That's probably going to be against James, as he had a hand knocking it over. It is indeed on James. That's his second foul, third team foul for the Warriors. As they are in the press in the backcourt. Bounce pass. Hightower brings it across. Now it's Hightower. Quickly hands it to Baker. Baker back to Hightower. Hightower pulls double team. And now to Tomlinson. Tomlinson near the Savage Head top of the key area. Here comes Hightower. Pass to Tomlinson. Tomlinson for three. And shots a little off. Hanks fighting for the rebound. I believe that's going to be a foul against Idabel. And that may send Relon Hanks to the free throw line. It's going to be the fourth team. It'll be Bledsoe's first foul, but the fourth team foul against Idabel will send Relon Hanks to the free throw line. Opportunity to cut it to a 1-point lead. First free throw ever, no good. Second one finds the net. 2-point game. Final minute of this first period. Idabel leads 8-6. They have the basketball. As working inside. And Bledsoe tried to fight his way against three Savage defenders. I believe unable to do so. So Idabel will inbound it, and then fighting off the inbound, that's going to be Lewis. Lewis with his first field goal. He now has 4 points. There's a pass outside. 16 seconds left, lots of time. Here's Howell from just standing on the sideline. Oh, in and out. Good rebound and put back by Hanks. Or that was Baker. I'm sorry, Sky Baker, not Hanks. Back to a 2-point game. Idabel chance to tie it up. Or sorry, not tie it up, to extend the lead. But ball falls out, no good. And after one period, it is Brokenbow 8, Idabel 10. We'll be back with second period action after these words from our sponsors. Watching Brokenbow Savage basketball on the Brokenbow Network.
As Choctaw people, our past doesn't define us.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Welcome back. A low-scoring first period from two high-scoring teams as every shot was contested and not a lot of shots to be had as pressure defense and aggressive defense on the perimeter by both teams. Limited scoring in that first period. Warriors lead it 10-8 after one. Yeah, one of the, again, not I'd say a surprise, but considering they have two guys double teaming him from the offensive end of the court. Howell has 0 points in the first period. I do expect that to change, but Idabel's going to pay. I mean, Idabel puts two people on him. They're not going to allow him to have any kind of free looks or drive, and so it's going to be up to Savage Sporting Cast. And oh, nice play with the alley-oop to Axton. That was a Reeves. He went around, circled back under the basket. Now he ties it up on the first shot of this second half. That was well executed by the entire Savage team, but Colin Axton with the alley-oop laying off the glass. Tie ball game. But stolen by Howell. Howell with the break. 1-on-2 break and draws the foul, and that's going to send Graydon Howell to the free throw line. Yeah, Savages. That's going to be on Bledsoe, his second foul. First team foul by the Warriors of this second period. Swish. First free throw by Howell is good. And so is the second. Graydon Howell gives the Savages their first lead of the basketball game. Brookabo opening up the second period with a 4-0 run. Looking to add to that here, maybe force a turnover. Axton working defensively against Clerkley. Bounce pass to Bledsoe. Gets it back outside, and they fire it to Clerkley. Out to Matthews. Savage is playing very close in-your-face defense on that perimeter. You see Hal clapping as Idabel gets it out. There's a three-point shot from the corner by Matthews. That was over a defender. It's Matthews' started the second period the way he started the first with a three-pointer, and now it's Bledsoe in traffic, and he draws the foul. I think that's going to be against Baker. Is that right? Let's see. It is against Baker. That's going to be his second foul. Is going to send Bledsoe to the free throw line. Back to a 1-point Warrior lead following that 4-0 run to start it off by Brookabo. And now it's Bledsoe with an opportunity to get his team back up by 2. First one, however, hits the bracket, hits the front of the rim, and falls off to the floor. No good. Second shot does find a home in the bottom of the net. And here comes the pressure defense from Idabel. Quickly down to Hanks, and the ball's knocked loose, resulting in a turnover. Savages get quickly back on defense, and there's a block by Hanks. As he reached that arm, and Hanks slapping his head, thought he had a chance at picking the ball off after he blocked it. So it will be inbounded by Idabel. Good block by Hanks, though, and Warriors Bledsoe trying to move inside on Hanks, and that was partially blocked. Actually, that was actually Brannon. I think Brannon might have got a piece of that one. Here comes Howell. Oh, nice shot, nice pass out to Axton, and it's a three-point bucket. Give Howell an assist, give Axton a three-pointer. Axton now leads Brookabo scoring with 5. Savages retake the lead, 15-14. It was a nice shot by the sophomore. It's a bounce pass. Warriors working top of the key to Bledsoe on the wing. And back out to Clerkley, setting up his offense, working against Axton. Kicks it down to Matthews. Matthews, same spot he made the last three-pointer. This one does not fall. Rebound, Graydon Howell. Howell pushes it up the floor, stops, pulls back, and then pass is blocked, however, by Idabel. Coming back the other way. Quickly to Bledsoe, and Howell goes up, and I think Howell got a piece of that. Partially blocked that shot. There's another shot from outside, and that one finds Purdy. That's Matthews. Man, Matthews has hit 3 threes. Dangerous shooter from that corner, all 3 from corner. And now Howell draws the foul as he elevates, gets the shot off, doesn't count, doesn't go down, but he will be shooting 2, and that's going to be the second foul on Matthews. Might want to get him in foul trouble as he has been deadly. Already 3 trays from Mr. Matthews. 4:44 left in this half. Graydon Howell with the opportunity to tie it up from the free throw line. First shot is good. Howell's third point. All of Graydon's points coming from the free throw line thus far. And the fourth. Tie ball game. 17-17. 4:40 left in the first half. If I'm the Idabel Warriors, I'm going to want to get it to number 1. That's Matthews down in the corner. He is, been deadly there so far. Into Bledsoe, top of the key. Kicks it back out to Lewis. Passes inside, and it's stolen. Brannon just pulled it out of his hands. A.J. Brannon with the steal. Quickly to Howell. Howell on the... Oh, Howell kicks it back out to Axton. Axton for 3. Rebound inside by Baker. Quickly gets it to Hightower, then to McDaniel, then to Axton, then to Howell. Three-pointer no good. And here come the Warriors. Stops his dribble. Lewis with the fall away. And Warriors managed to save it. Watch out. Here's Matthews from three, and he sinks it again. Matthews from near the same spot. Matthews with his fourth tray. Warriors retake the lead, 2017. Here comes Axton into the forecourt. Axton working against Matthews, gets it to McDaniel. McDaniel gets it to Howell. Howell with the spin move. Howell dribbling in traffic. Howell cuts through a couple of Warriors. And that's going to be a charge called on Graydon Howell. That's going to be his second foul. His first foul. No, it is his second. Managed to draw the charge. And so Idabel has a three-point lead and the basketball. Possession arrow isn't also in favor of the Warriors. 3:22 left, first period. Lewis to Bledsoe, top of the key. As Warriors working it back out to Matthews. That's Bledsoe, top of the key. Trying to get it back in. And now it's going to be a drive. Wow, looked like he might have taken an extra, or almost took an extra step. Stolen quickly by Brennan. Gets it to Howell. Howell pulls up, shoots from the corner, and does not fall, but the putback is good by Brennan. A.J. Brennan with a follow-through. Makes it a one-point game. Warriors call timeout. Timeout on the floor. We're going to stay right here. Let's talk about this, man. This is, it's again, it's similar to what we expected. Pretty evenly matched teams. A rivalry game. Comes down to execution. And Idabel, I'll tell you, Idabel has obviously seen Graydon Howell play. And they've been doing the same thing they did it when he was a freshman. They did it to him last year as a sophomore, and they're doing it as a junior. They are putting two players on him. They're saying, do not let number 4 shoot the basketball. Let him let him shoot it as little as possible. They're not allowing him to dribble up from the backcourt. They're putting two guys on him. And as a result, it does open. When you double team somebody, it opens up shots for other members of the team. And Savage is doing a good job distributing the scoring, as there are 6 members of the Brookville basketball team that scored so far. Axton, Hanks, Brannon, McDaniel, Howell, and Baker all putting points on the board. Axton actually leading Brookville scoring with 5 points, a 2-point and a 3-point field goal. All 4 of Graydon Howell's points coming from the free throw line. As that's good. That's indicative that aggressive defense they play against him is as soon as he leaves, gets near the bucket, they just kind of swarm him. But really the story of the game thus far has been Matthews for Idabel. Already hit 4 trays. His accurate shooting outside has the Warriors up by 1. Here's Bledsoe. As pass the ball, looking for and Matthews over here saying, throw it to me. That ball's almost stolen by Howell as they threw it out to Matthews on the wing. Matthews looking to get it in. Ball's knocked back by Hightower. Quick hands by Hightower, but winds up back in the hands of Idabel. Looked like he was trying to pass it. Matthews trying to pass it into Bledsoe, and Brookville not allowing him to do that. Here's a shot, 3-pointer on the way. That one rims out, no good, and that's going to be Graydon Howell. Good positioning by Howell to go up for the rebound against Bledsoe. Howell back into the forecourt. His team trails by 1. Gets it to Axton. Axton backs up the Savage head, picks up his dribble, gives it back to Howell, and now Howell to McDaniel. McDaniel to Axton. Axton to Hightower. Hightower to Howell. Howell, cross-court pass to Axton. Axton for 3. Axton off the front of the rim, 5 for the rebound. That's going to be a foul, I believe, on McDaniel, going up, fighting for the rebound with Bledsoe. Bledsoe. And that's the first foul on McDaniel. And the third team foul on Broken Bow. Was not in the act of shooting, so. Minute 9 left and ticking first half. Idabel with a 1-point lead. Looking to extend it. Savages looking to steal the ball and take the lead themselves. I should say retake the lead. And Warriors probably content to dribble out as much of this clock as they can and then take the last shot of this first half. As they circle it round, Lewis working on the wing. And now to Matthews. They kick it inside, feed it to Bledsoe. Oh, a block inside by Hightower. Hightower came across and cleanly blocked the attempted layup. Great defensive play, and now it's the Savages to be able to take maybe the final shot. Here's a three, bounces, fight for the rebound, goes out of bounds. 7.6 seconds left, and looks like the ball will be inbounded by Broken Bow under the bucket. Savages have a play call. They executed well. The alley-oop was executed perfectly by Axton last time. I don't know if they'll do that on an inbound. In fact, they won't because Axton's coming out. Tomlinson's coming in. Savages actually also looks like substituting. Send Baker in. The ball's knocked loose on the inbound pass. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Warriors pick up their dribble. They're going to have to launch it. Can they get it off in time? They do not, and so it doesn't fall anyway. And that's going to end it. After one half of play, it is a tight game, folks. Warriors 20, Savages 19. Actually, we're going to stay right here. Savage dance team is going to perform at halftime, so we'll bring you that. And following that, we'll go to some words from our sponsors. Talk about that game, though. It was a 2-point game at the end of one period. Warriors led by 2, 10-8. Lead by 1, 20-19 now. And so, again, that's kind of what you expect from the Little River Rivalry. Savages, again, I talk things over at halftime, see what happens, but one of the things that you would expect is Rogobo's going to change things a little, try to get Graydon Howell the basketball in space and see if he can make some field goals. Looking to get scoring in that first period. It's Axton with 5 for Broken Bow. McDaniel also with 5. Howell with 4, Brandon with 2, Baker with 2, and Hanks with 1. Here come the Broken Bow cheerleaders. They're going to perform, so we'll turn it over to the PA system and let you enjoy this halftime performance.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome to the floor your Savage Dance Team.
A lot of talent on display here at Broken Bow. Appreciate all that. The cheerleader's going to be throwing souvenir basketballs into the crowd. Wow, that one went all the way to the rafters. I think that girl, if she doesn't already, needs to be playing softball. Wow, got some arms on these young ladies. Again, let's thank our media partners for this academic year. Certainly appreciate their sponsorship of these live streams. That's going to be the Broken Tiki, downtown Broken Bow, Curtin County National Bank. Jennifer brought us State Farm Insurance and the Choctaw Nation Together We're More program. Certainly appreciate your continued support of Broken Bow Athletics and allowing you guys to watch these anytime on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel from the comfort of your home or the convenience of your phone. Well, we've got, looks about 4 minutes here, so we will have some words from those media partners and other sponsors. Again, hey, and also a big welcome to Washburn's here in Broken Bow, a new sponsor for basketball season. Locations in Broken Bow, Mena, DeQueen, and I believe Fort Smith, but they do serve all of Southeast Oklahoma. And so appreciate their sponsorship of Broken Bow basketball. In fact, they have a new location here in Broken Bow. And people familiar with Broken Bow, well, if you've been here a while, you would call it the Walmart or Piggly, the old Piggly Wiggly shopping center, but it's right there on 259. Well, we're going to take as I said, we'll have a word from some of these sponsors, and then we'll be back with second half action. We're about 3 minutes away from tip-off. You're watching Broken Bow Savage Basketball on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel. See you in a moment.
I have found that the music that felt most important to me was a sense of being Choctaw. And I found that music that was coming out of that place felt more true to who I was. And interestingly, it felt to me that it also made more of an impact on other people.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today. Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Hey Southeast Oklahoma, have you been to Washburn's in Broken Bow yet? Furniture, appliances, hot tubs, outdoor furniture, pool tables, and more. Lightning fast delivery across McCurtain County. Visit 663 South Park Drive or call 580-441-7025. Washburns, family owned since 1939.
Welcome back. About to tip off this second half. Let's see, again, they changed things at halftime, try to make schemes that can get players open based on what you saw in the first half. So let's see how these two teams react. Warriors obviously get possession first to start off second half. Bounce pass outside, then they get it to Matthews. Kick it to James. To Matthews, top of the key, then out to Lewis and back to Matthews. Matthews guarded closely by Tomlinson. I think Matthews is going to be guarded closely by anybody that's on him in that perimeter, as he lit it up with 4 trays in the first half. Majority of the Warriors scoring. Here's Matthews working outside to Lewis, and then James, and then out on the corner working inside against McDaniel. Tries to get it out. Here's a three, wide open three-pointer. No good, though. Good rebound, as that was just elevation by A.J. Brannon. Savages with the basketball in the hands of Graydon Howe. Bounce pass out to Tomlinson, back to Howe. And then to McDaniel. McDaniel with the one-touch pass out from Baker. Outside, a three-pointer by Tomlinson. That's the way to start a second half. Savages take a lead, 22-20. They strike first, and that was good passing to find the open player, and a great shot by Tomlinson to send it through the net. Warriors looking to answer now. And they try to drive inside, lay it off, but no good. Rebound by Howe. And they're not pressuring. They do not have the two guys guarding Hal in the backcourt. So let's see. That's a change from the first half by Idabel. As Savages work it around from Baker to Hal. Hal, now he's double teamed. And he pulls up, shoots a tray, sinks it. Graydon Hal for 3. Savages open up the second half with 2 consecutive trays by Tomlinson and Howe, and they lead 25-20. Timeout on the floor. We're going to stay right here and talk about that. That is a huge momentum swing as Broken Bow, they are cutting off. They have 2 guys. One's right there at the perimeter in front of Howe, and the other is kind of shading him on one side or the other. And what they're doing, or appear to be doing, is cutting off that lane where Howe can't get past one guy and then drive. They have another guy there. And so Graydon just pulls up and shoots it from about 5 feet behind the perimeter and sinks it. That's a follow-up to that Talon Tomlinson tray, and that's a great way to start it off. Savages on a 6-0 run here early in this third period. Warriors may have just changed things up, and they may decide to guard that perimeter. Savages, they look like they thought about going into the full court press and decided not to, opted out of it. Here's a pass inside. James tries to muscle his way up, can't do it. Rebound by McDaniel. Quickly to Hal. Hal across, maybe thought about shoot. Oh, nice pass down across, and that one goes off the foot of Thomas. Unfortunately, that was a pass to Brannon, and then out to Tomlinson, but couldn't hang on to it, and so turnover goes to Idabel. 25-20, though, Savages with a 5-point lead. Largest lead since early in the game by the Warriors, and here's a drive by Idabel. Shot's good. Now they're putting the press on in the backcourt. Savages break it fairly easily, get it to Tomlinson, and then back to Howe. Howe working across the Savage head, gets it to McDaniel, back to Howe right at center court. And now to Tomlinson, to Howe, to McDaniel. McDaniel tried to get in there, and Howe winds up with it. Howe fires it outside. Tomlinson for 3 off the front, gets his own rebound, and they set the offense back up. Tomlinson working at, Howe off the dribble, just got one guy off, can't sink the shot though. Rebound Idabel, and here come the Warriors. Quickly driving inside, and that was blocked. That was blocked by Brannon. He's just reached out and swatted it. And then there's a call, maybe a travel call, not sure on McDaniel or possibly on the pass prior to that, but it will turn the ball back over to Idabel. It's a nice block by Brennan, though. Out to Matthews, and then bounce pass. Bledsoe trying to drive inside, and he just kind of goes sprawling to the floor, and that's not – it looked like he ducked his shoulder in trying to draw the foul, but refs didn't bite on that one, and so that's going to be Broken Bow basketball. Again, Hal double-teamed in the backcourt. Bounce pass to Tomlinson, easily breaks through that press. Back to Hal. Across to Baker, to Tomlinson, to Hal. Hal pulls up from three. Hal in and out, no good. Rebound, Bledsoe. Coming across to Lewis, outside, wide open look at the bucket. Shot's no good, though, and it's Matthews tries to get to it. Got a hand on it, but couldn't contain it. Ball's turned over, will be Broken Bow. Inbounding. Again to Hal. As Hal brings it up into the forecourt, kicks it down to McDaniel. McDaniel bounce pass inside to Brennan. Brennan fighting for a shot. High off the glass and a little too long on the rebound. Does not fall. And now stripped by Hal. Steal by Graydon Hal in the paint at the other end on defense. Now it's Hal weaving in and out. Hal off the glass and in. Graydon Hal creating his own space. Savages back up by 5. Walking across, it's going to be Lewis rotating back around against Brandon. Brandon stepped out and kind of put a hip into him. Matthews. Now it's Clerkley. And there may be a travel call. Let's see what the, nope, maybe a foul against Brandon. It is going to be a foul against Brandon. His first team foul, first foul by anybody of this half. Just 2:57 left in the third period. We'll say it's been a relatively clean game. Neither of these teams really getting in foul trouble. Here's a pass down inside and nowhere to go. Back outside, open shot, and it's made. Sank by Lewis. Lewis with the tray. Back to a 2-point game. Hal picks up his dribble, gets it across to Baker. Bounce pass, and that, nice save. Graydon Hal kept it from going to the backcourt, got it to Tomlinson, back to Hal, back to Baker. Baker working from the corner, picks up his dribble, looking for help, gets it back out to Tomlinson at the Savage head, bounce pass, McDaniel, and then over in the corner to Baker, to Tomlinson. Tomlinson to McDaniel. McDaniel pulls up for three, hits the front of the rim, rebound Brannon. And looked like Baker thought about shotting it. Now it's McDaniel driving. McDaniel with a finger roll. McDaniel with 2 points. Savage's biggest lead not biggest lead. They were up by 5, back up by 4. But nice finger roll by McDaniel. Saw an opportunity and took advantage of it. 1:48 left. 4-point lead for Broken Bow. Matthews working against Tomlinson. Kicks it to James. Then to Clerkley. Bounce pass, and it's stolen by Brannon. Quickly gets it to Hal. Hal top of the key. Hal working. Hal pulls up, shoots, scores. Graydon Hal. Now that's the biggest lead of the game for Broken Bow. 6 points, 31-25. Off the Graydon Hal 2-pointer. Thrown inside, and that's going to be a foul called. I believe that's going to be on Hal. It will be a second, if so. No, that'll be his third. Actually, that'll be Hal's third foul. So just a minute left in this, or minute 8 left in this third period. Now Graydon Hal with 3 fouls. Bledsoe, James, Clerkley, and now he starts dribbling. And gets it outside to Baker. I believe that's Baker. Nope, sorry, that's Lewis. And now James, McDaniel knocks it loose. A steal by Jackson McDaniel. Just reached out and slapped the ball out of the hands And now it's the Savages with a chance for a last-second shot. Does that look like they're double teaming Graydon Howell at the half court. They don't want to let him have any room. Oh, alley-oop shot, and that's going to be an undercut foul on Idabel. Good landing by Baker to avoid injury. But that's the third foul on James. And that will send Sky Baker to the free throw line. Smooth shooting by Sky Baker. Extends the Broken Bow lead to 7, 32-25. Chance to make it 8 with his next shot. And he does. Nice shooting by Sky Baker. 33-25. Idabel. Tell you, Savages have done a good job. Matthews hasn't really been open in this period for a three-point shot. Here's one here, rims in and out. Savages rebound. Brannon with 12 seconds left. Down to 8 seconds. Tomlinson to McDaniel. McDaniel working. McDaniel in the paint. McDaniel bounce pass and knocked out of bounds by Idabel. Well, I think they just let time expire. That's going to do it for 3 periods of play. Savages have stormed ahead in this third period. They lead by 8, 33-25. 8 minutes of basketball left to play. We'll come back and watch it after these messages from our sponsor. See ya in 30 seconds.
I have found that the music that felt most important to me was a sense of being Choctaw. And I found that music that was coming out of that place felt more true to who I was. And interestingly, it felt to me that it also made more of an impact on other people.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Welcome back. Savages trailed by 2 at the end of one period, trailed by 1 at half, and now have stormed ahead, as I mentioned. 8-point lead going into this final period. Going to have to keep that. One of the things they've done in that third period is they shut down Matthews. Matthews had 4 3-pointers in the first half. Really didn't even have a look at the basket in this third period. Good defensive adjustment by the Savages. And as a result, combine that with their accurate shooting, and they have an 8-point lead going into the final 8 minutes. Going to be inbounded by Broken Bow to start off this period. Quickly to Tomlinson. Working against Matthews. To Baker, to McDaniel. McDaniel to Howell, to Brannon. And then Brannon spins around. Back to McDaniel, reaching in was, I believe, Lewis or Clerkley. They get it back to Howell. Howell backing up and setting up his offense, pointing and instructing his teammates where to go. Howell with the hook pass to Brannon. Sky Baker on the move. Ball's knocked loose, and now it's going to be a scramble and a steal. And Matthews with a scoop and score. Now coming back the other way, it's Graydon Howell coast to coast. Howell with the floater. That might have got blocked, and then Howell knocks it back out of bounds. On the reaction. Back to a 6-point game, 33-27. Warriors have the possession arrow and possession of the basketball. May come into play down the stretch. Here's Lewis with almost lost control. Here's Matthews for 3, contested by Howell. Shot's no good, rebound by Brannon. Quickly gives it to McDaniel and back to Howell. Graydon backs back out as he is guarded by Matthews. Gets it to McDaniel. McDaniel looking to drive. Oh, nice bounce pass from McDaniel to Howell, and the score and the foul. Great teamwork as the bounce pass to McDaniel was laid out ahead of Howell. He scooped the ball off the ground, elevated, had his legs undercut, released the basketball It went in, he went down, and the foul was called. He's now at the free throw line. That's going to be on Bledsoe. That's his third foul. An opportunity for a three-point play the old-fashioned way for Broken Bow to extend this to a 9-point lead. That was a great pass by McDaniel, and I mean, just they knew where each other were going to be on the floor. +1 is good. That's Hal's 5th free throw this basketball game. Savage is now up by 9. By the way, first team foul for Idabel. Broken Bow also has one team foul in this final period. Out to the corner. Boy, they were right in the face, and there's a three-pointer on the way from, I believe, James. That's James' first points of this ball game. Comes at a crucial moment for the Warriors, and here comes Graydon Howell hurrying into the forecourt, backs up, shoots a tray. Graydon Howell for three! The answer from Howell. Back up by 9 for Broken Bow. Howell feeling it. Warriors in paint, and that's going to be a continued. Does he get the bucket? He does get it. All right, I was going to say it's a matter of was he shooting before the foul was called? But that's Bledsoe with the bucket and an opportunity for a three-point play. It's Bledsoe's first basket of this second half. He did have a 2+1, same kind of situation in the first half, made the free throw. See how he does here. Once again, 2+1, another three-point play by Bledsoe. Back to a 6-point game. Here comes Baker, quickly into the forecourt. Baker across, picks up another defender, gets it out to Tomlinson. Tomlinson working against Matthews. Tomlinson picks up his dribble, looking for help, gets it back out to Baker. Baker thought about tried to bounce past it. That was stolen by Idabel. Maybe a bad decision. And the Warriors' shot goes awry off to the side. Two Warriors fighting over it. Good hustle right in front of the Warrior bench. Maintain possession. Here's Matthews, passes it out. Then back to Matthews. Warriors looking for three. Lewis declines to shoot. Guarded by Baker inside, and that shot is not going to fall, but does get the foul called. I think that's going to be on McDaniel. That'll be his second. No, that's on Tomlinson, his second. But that does send Idabel line. It's a 6-point game right now. Still a lot of time left, 5 minutes, 5 seconds, but getting closer to the part where we talk about how many possessions the game is. And so kind of a crucial free throw. Well, everything's crucial from here on out, and misses it. Misses free throws, misses the front end. So right now, a 2-possession game, a 6-point game. But Bledsoe has an opportunity to make it a 5-point game. Still be a 2-possession game, but one of those possessions would have to result in a 3-point shot. Not quite at that point. He does make the second one. And we're not quite at the point where we count possessions at. Timeout on the floor. We're going to take one as well. We'll be right back. You're watching Broken Bow Savage Basketball on the Broken Bow YouTube channel.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Again, thanks to all our sponsors and media partners. We appreciate your support of Broken Bow Athletics. Savages. Yeah, this is kind of the game we expected. Savages, Warriors fighting it out on the court. Very tight game. It was 10-8 Warriors at the end of one, 20-19 at halftime, advantage Idabel. At the end of 3 periods, it was Broken Bow with an 8-point lead, 33-25. Now it's the Savages by 5 going down the stretch. And really, not much difference between the two teams as far as foul trouble. Warriors have 1 team foul, Savages have 2. Warriors have 2 players with 3 fouls. James and Bledsoe both have 3. Savages have one, but that one is Graydon Howell. Baker and Tomlinson also with 2 fouls for Broken Bow. Matthews has 2 for Idabel. And Warriors going to go into the press probably for the rest of this game. You see him closely guarding Graydon Howell, and then Savages get it in to Baker, quickly to Tomlinson. That was a great job breaking the press and getting it across the half-court line. Now Tomlinson starts to dribble, gives it to Howell. Howell is yet to dribble. Guarded by Matthews. Howells makes a move inside and then gets mugged going through the paint. That's going to be a foul on Idabel as they put a shoulder into Graydon Howell. And that will send him to the free throw line. Well, no, I guess it won't. Yeah, that's right, just the second team. He wasn't shooting, and that was just a second team foul. That is the 3rd foul on Matthews, though. So now the Warriors have 3 players with 3 fouls. Savages will inbound. Make sure they get all that moisture up off the court. Looks like it's going to be Tomlinson doing the honors on the inbound pass. Brannon breaking out to the near side. They throw it out to Brannon. Brannon driving, and now it's Brannon traveling. They tried to pivot and move against Lewis, and then could not get that, took an extra step. So a turnover by Broken Bow. 5-point game, 4:40 left. Warriors coming down. Clerkley to Lewis and back to Clerkley. And then back to Lewis. Matthews out here on this far wing asking for the ball to shoot a 3-pointer, as he does have an open look if they could get it to him, but they can't. Shot inside, blocked, partially blocked by McDaniel, and then blocked again. Again partially blocked by McDaniel, and this time Savages wind up with it. Howell takes it coast to coast, pulls up for the free throw line, fall away jumper, no good. McDaniel fighting for the rebound, and Idabel comes up with it. Quickly down to James. James tries to drive inside, cut off by Brannon. Bledsoe trying to move inside, and Bledsoe just runs over Graydon Howell. Howell draws the charge. That's going to be the 4th one on Bledsoe. Smart move by Howell, standing his ground. And so Bledsoe draws his 4th, 3rd team foul. One more and Bledsoe is out. That also turns the ball over and gives the Savages the ball back. Nice recognition by Howell. Timeout on the floor. We're going to stay right here. Talk things over. 3:55, just under 4 minutes left. Real tight ball game as it is 39 Broken Bow, 34 Idabel, and that's keep in mind these teams generally scoring in the 60s or 70s sometimes, certainly in the 50s, and neither one to crack 40 yet in this ball game. Every point has been contested. Very defensive ball game. But Savages pulling ahead in that 3rd period, trying to maintain that lead here. They do have the basketball. Possession arrow is in favor of Idabel. And so Warriors, again, I expect the Warriors to be in the press the rest of the ball game. And the problem for them is Bledsoe, if Bledsoe's on the floor and they are in the press, he has 4 fouls on him. Can't afford to commit another one. Warriors also have 3 team fouls. Savages just 2. And you tend to be, you're more susceptible to commit a foul when you are in the press. You're attacking the ball, you're playing aggressive defense, and so we'll see what transpires. Looks like McDaniel's going to do the honors of throwing it in for Broken Bow. They have, Idabel has 2 guys on Graydon Howell, and Savages get it into him anyway. Now it's Howell working against Lewis, and the Warriors back off into, instead of double teaming in the forecourt, back off defense, and that results in a turnover. Trying to get it out to Tomlinson. Threw it a little outside, and Tomlinson couldn't quite get to it or got one hand on it. It goes out of bounds, so now the Warriors will have the basketball. Clock continues to tick, 3:40, as Clerkley brings it up to the far corner. Looked like they were trying to get Matthews open there in that corner. Savages not letting him. Here's Lewis for 3. That's not going to be good. That's going to be a high rebound, and that was a great job And on a rebound by, I believe, Baker, who just threw it down on the floor trying to hit a Warrior. It bounced up and into the hands of Broken Bow. Savages now have possession as the clock nears 3 minutes. 3:14, 3:13. Howell for three. Graydon Howell from the top of the key. Graydon Howell buries it from the top of the key. We're back to an 8-point ball game. A 3-possession ball game with 3 minutes left. Savages with the advantage. Here comes Lewis to Matthews. Matthews to James. James to Bledsoe. Warriors looking for a perimeter shot. Nothing really out there. Driving down, and good job, McDaniel elevating. McDaniel got a piece of that one, but I believe he committed a foul, and so Jackson McDaniel is going to pick up his second foul. I think that's who they're calling it on. Good defensive effort, though, not giving up the easy shot, and so Warriors going to have to earn it from the free throw line. Just the third team foul by Broken Bow. Evens him up, but the Warriors misses the first one. So James's first shot is errant. And of the Savages on the floor, really McDaniel's the one other than Brandon that you would want to commit that foul, as he only had one, and so now only has two. Brandon also with just one foul. Second shot on the way, and that one does find the net. Full court press on Broken Bow from Idabel, quickly across into the forecourt. Tomlinson gets it back to Howell. Howell's going to be content to probably do some dribbling here, try to burn some time off this clock, as Savages have a 7-point lead. That's a 3-possession lead. And try to get down under 2 minutes before even thinking about shooting. Baker kicks it back out to Howell. Howell thought about shooting a three. Now he backs up inside the key. Graydon Howell sails it through the net. Graydon Howell's hit 3 consecutive shots. And now Broken Bow up by 9. Idabel backing up, 2 minutes. And now under 2 minutes left. It's Lewis, kicks it out to Matthews. Matthews three-pointer, he buries it. Matthews' first three-pointer of this half. But watch out if he heats up. Clock is ticking, though. Time is a friend of Broken Bow. As even with the tray, it's still a 6-point game. McDaniel bringing it across the half-court line. McDaniel with the spin move. McDaniel looking for help, gets it to Howell. 90 seconds left. Savages up by 6. Howell backs off. Same shot, same result. Graydon Howell, another 2-pointer. Back up to an 8-point lead for Broken Bow. And now getting close to a minute. Still quite a bit of time left, considering the shooting ability of Idabel, specifically Matthews. But Matthews being guarded, and that ball went out of bounds. Called off of the hands of, I believe, Brannon. But if you look at Matthews, number 1 for Idabel, they've got Tomlinson following him. They are not going to Brookbow's not going to let him get open on the perimeter. Timeout on the floor. We're going to stay right here and talk this one over. Man, what a great performance by Graydon Howell down the stretch, as he has hit 2 trays and 2 2-point field goals in the last 5 trips down the floor. Great players make great plays in tight games, and that's what Graydon Howell's done for Broken Bow. Just an overall great team effort by Broken Bow. 7 different Savages putting points up tonight. And Howell really letting it fly here in this second half. Yeah, Howell has 24 points thus far in this game. Idabel to inbound it, looking for a easy. There's the 3-point shot. That one doesn't fall. Great rebound by Baker as he quickly clears the ball. Back out, gets it to Howell. Howell bringing it across the half-court line. Howell in traffic. Howell backs up and shoots again. Howell for another 3! That is the 4th consecutive shot by Graydon Howell to go through the net. 10-point lead for Broken Bow. Superlative play by Graydon Howell. Here's a block. Sky Baker with the rejection, and that should do it, folks. 10 points. And Idabel, wow, I hate to see that injury at this point of the game. Savages going to win by 10. as, well, we'll have a timeout, probably an official timeout for injury, as the Warriors have a player down. I believe that's Clerkley. He was hobbled, looked like an ankle. But what a great performance by Graydon Howe to come out and just, I mean, literally just feeling it, pulls up from the same spot there, shooting over an opponent. See, I don't know exactly what the Idabel coach is talking over with the official, but Savages again glad they are not in a tight game, of course, after that debacle at McAllister where the shot was apparently released after the buzzer had sounded, but still was counted and lost by 1. Doesn't look like that's going to happen here tonight. Savages have the ball, have a 10-point lead, and there's only 23.3 seconds left. So Burgabo will inbound. Howe with 26 points thus far. Expect the Warriors, I don't know, they may foul him. Let's see what happens quickly. Oh, nice job getting it into Hightower. Hightower goes off. I'm sorry, that's it's actually Hall. Grove behind the back by Howe. Howe dunks it. Howe with the exclamation point on the Savage victory as he dunks it, gets them to the half-century mark, and the Savages will win over the Idabel Warriors here in their home court. Graydon Howe with his 28th point. And you see the emotion there on that young man. Idabel's going to throw it in and shoot a three-pointer, but Savages win going away in the 4th. What a great, exciting game. Keep in mind this is 1 of 2. Savages still going to play across the river at Idabel later this month, or actually I think next month. We will bring you that game as well as the girls game in phase 2 of the Little River Rivalry. But tonight, the story is Broken Bow wins by 12 off a tremendous performance by Graydon Howe and company. Savages, well, first day of school after the break, and it has been an exciting and long day. So thanks to all our sponsors. We appreciate them bringing you these games. Congratulations to the Savages and Lady Savages for getting victories over their arch rival, Idabel. On behalf of Fredo Morales, I'm Chris Chandler. We will see you in about a week. Good night.
This is my time, I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine.